So, for everybody that has played any form of Fallout, whether it be the original point and click to the newest Fallout 4, understands that vault-tec isn't all that it was cracked up to be just before the Great War. vault-tec was created, I guess, by the government in the Fallout universe as a way to protect people from the nuclear apocalypse by creating underground vaults, able to protect people from radiation, thieves, monsters, anything that was still living afterwards. Now, in the actual lore of it, there's only 122 vaults, most used for social experiments. Only 17 out of 122 were kept as control, meaning nothing was done to them. They just lived normally. And a lot of people I've talked with a lot of people that I'm friends with about whether or not vault-tec is an evil corporation or whether they were trying to do good things with bad intentions or just bad methods. Me personally, I view vault-tec as completely selfish and assholey. Mostly because they're the reason that we have to fight Deathclaws and super mutants. They can go fuck themselves. You can see when going to different vaults, you will see you have vaults like Vault 81 from Fallout 4 was used to eradicate diseases, which seems perfectly harmless and great, except they did it in secret by adding a whole different section of a vault, completely separate from the people living there. And they test the diseases on the people unknowingly. That experiment ultimately failed by the original overseer because he disabled the system that would pretty much just spread the diseases around. There were a lot of vaults that failed, including, let's see here, the most notably is Vault 3, which was supposed to be a control vault that was supposed to open in 20 years. Then they had a problem with their water. They had to open the door early. They were all killed by raiders. You have others that tested radiation on people, which caused people to become feral ghouls, which led to most of the population in the United States being ghouls now. I don't know. I think from the beginning, vault-tec had their own agenda to what they wanted to do. I just don't. And I have friends that say, no, they were actually trying to do good things, just didn't do it the right way. So I'm just trying to weigh in on what other people think about it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think they're one fucked up, government-aligned corporation. Literally, every time you read any of the lore or go into any of the vaults, it's how they're trying to fuck over these people and use them as guinea pigs and really have no care in their word for them just for what type of thing they get out of them. And if I remember correctly, didn't like the vault-tec CEO and people from vault-tec also go with people from the government onto that ocean oiling thing with the rest of the government and become what would later become the Enclave, which God knows they're evil as fuck.
The Enclave was originally going to be what repopulated the Earth. So there are 122 public vaults, but there are an unknown, undisclosed number of private vaults, which were for vault-tec people and everybody that was actually going to repopulate the Earth.
Yeah, and there's a few vaults that just weren't finished.
Yeah,
well, supposedly weren't finished being constructed yet. I see a lot of I think when they created this game and came up with vault-tec, I think they were doing a lot of parallels with true government type of because it's not a secret. If you look at undisclosed secret documents that are now under the Freedom of Information Act, there are a lot of experiments that governments have carried out on its population and used as guinea pigs, and it's a big correlation to some of the things that have actually happened to people, and I think they use that as inspiration for the game and what this shady vault-tec corporation was doing to these innocent bystanders that thought they were going to have a new life away from the disasters of the wasteland.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that's really shitty is that, like, in order to have, like, most of the population even safe, they would need so many more vaults than just 122.
Exactly.
Actually, I think I don't know if anyone reads the Penny Arcade. There's actually, or whatever. I've seen it, and I've seen comics from it. One of the vaults is Vault 69. Who wants to guess what the social experiment for that was?
Alright.
Okay, there was 1,000 people in this vault. 999 women and 1 man.
Oh, fuck yes, they hear him drink.
Well, that was the experiment for Vault 69.
That is
what would have been hilarious is if it was a gay man. That would have made it hilarious.
Oh, those women would have ended up raping him at some point in time.
Oh god. The spirit's willing, but the body is soft and squishy. Stop.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are different. Like, obviously, Vault 101 from Fallout 3 was a dictatorship and was originally never supposed to be opened. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you go through the story, you find out it was opened. Really, it was opened and then sealed, and then people were lied to about it.
Wasn't it the original purpose behind it was to see how people would deal with being in confined spaces for lengthy periods of time, like over generations?
There was a couple of vaults that were like that. This one was dealing with dictatorship in general, because if you remember, like, the Overseer had complete control of everybody, and you had to take that GOAT exam to figure out what you were going to do. That was
also. Didn't they, like, purposely, meticulously pick certain individuals just for these experiments? Like, each one of these vaults were just meant to be experiments, and they would pick individuals based upon them. Not for saving people or importance, but based upon how they would react to these.
Can y'all tell how excited Deanne's getting? She's hyperventilating. She's like,
I know.
I just want to point
that was me at the idea of Vault 69.
So there are some, there were vaults that were specifically designed like that. Vault 95, also in Fallout 4, were picked solely from drug addicts, except for one. And then I think it was 5 years after the the vault was closed, and a door was opened. A locked door was opened, and it was just drugs galore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty messy. One of them, there were some that weren't finished. Vault 114 wasn't finished. That was supposed to be how wealthy people dealt with living impoverished with some crazy nut job as the Overseer.
Well, see, and I love how, like, even the Brotherhood, the way the Brotherhood came together, the original Maxim found out a few days before the bombs dropped what vault-tec was doing in the experiments, and he basically threw a coup de grace with his military personnel against the people trying to run these experiments, but nothing could be done about them since the bombs dropped literally like a day later.
Yeah.
And from those ashes became the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And there's such willingness to hold on to technology and be careful with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's true. Like, I think the original form of the Brotherhood had good intentions, but like most things with good intentions, it was bad.
Oh yeah,
it
even
ended
Fallout
up bad.
3,
Like,
the Eastern
Fallout 3,
Brotherhood was still pretty good until Fallout 4.
Yeah. I know one of my favorite vaults that that I read about, and I still follow up on like the lore and stuff and how that actually came about, was the human sacrifice.
Ooh.
This was where the vault was closed, and they said to keep everybody alive and safe, they had to sacrifice one person every year, and every year it kept being the overseer until eventually there was just mass killings and everybody went insane. And you later find out they didn't have to do it at all.
Yeah, finally
they were
said
just.
No.
It's like if they would have said it was a test about the value of human life over morals.
Yep, and if they would have just said no, they would have had a congratulations, you passed sign show up.
Yeah. It's like, really? Like, that's a little messed up. I don't know if anyone's played the original Fallout or Fallout 2.
I have.
Vault 15 is where you get the Raider group, the Shady Sands. It later is known as the NCR. Yeah.
That's where the Republic came from.
There's a lot of vaults that obviously we haven't found yet, and which is why I'm excited for a new game.
Yeah, I would love for them
There's even talk about vaults in Canada.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I know one thing that interests me is there is a known vault in Chicago that some of the Brotherhood of the Still got stranded at. I would love for them to do a new Fallout where it encompasses like a lot of the Midwestern states and the Midwest Commonwealth, like covering like Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. And we could see like the vault and the Brotherhood in Chicago and all the little vaults, you know, and how, because we know there's some civilizations around in the wasteland. You know, you got yours in DC, you got yours in the Commonwealth, you got yours out west in New Vegas and in the NCR, the California Republic. But what happens to the Midwest and that whole wasteland area, and what's it like there? And especially with the vaults and the kind of experiments they would carry out, I would love to see them dwell deeper into that.
Personally, I just want to see Indianapolis destroyed. That'd be worth it for me.
Hang on. Let me just wait until I move.
No, don't destroy it at all. I like Indianapolis.
It's just a video game. Jesus.
As long as there's a vault for us to hide in.
Personal, yeah.
Seriously. But I mean, like, out of all of the vaults, whether they be public vaults, private vaults, we haven't seen them all.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to uncover them. And what I really want to know is there vault-tec elsewhere? Like, did vault-tec maybe somebody got disgruntled and left and maybe made it in China?
See, that's why I said ooh, because I was like, I want to see what happened on the China side of things.
Yeah.
They nuked us, we nuked them, we blew up the world, basically. But don't forget, like, also in the lore, there were special soldiers in power armor that went to China and invaded to get them out of Alaska. So we have soldiers that got stuck there. So what happens to their ancestors who lived through the bombing and are in a world filled with people who probably hate them and blame them for what happened to the world? And do they have their own versions of the vaults? Like, that's...
Yeah. See, and that's one thing that I would really be excited about for another game. And I can't wait till Bethesda does that. I mean, obviously, Fallout 4 is going to be out, like, for a while before the next one comes out.
Yeah, they haven't even announced the next Elder Scrolls.
Honestly, one thing they could also do is remake Fallout 1 and 2 from point-and-click to an actual adventure.
That would be awesome, because they have some great stories in those.
Although I did like the point-and-click out of Fallout, the first Fallout, and you actually see some of the people from the first Fallout in, like, Fallout 3 and some in Fallout 4, I think it would be great to just have them redo it and be like, here is what you would have seen if this would have, like, come out, you know, now.
Exactly, and the thing is, you can make that a one game and have the first one and second one in it, since they kind of tie in story-wise. It's not that too far in the future. It's still in the same region. You can make that into one whole game out of the first two and open that up for a new audience that never got a chance to play those original ones that love the new ones. You know what I mean? So it would definitely bring more people in and let them learn a lot more of the lore. And what they could do cinematically with the story would be very impressive and nice to see.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it's like Michelle said, I get excited over this. Lore is one thing that I know what to do, that I know really well, especially Fallout, because I've played it from the beginning to now.
Then we get to see where the Covenant, not Covenant, but the Enclave were originally hiding in the first game.
Oh yeah, it's but I definitely think that vault-tec as a company, whether their intention started out good and wanting to help people, it turned very bad very fast and wanting to use innocent people that look to them for safety as just lab rats.
Yep. Bunch of assholes, if you ask me.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I just want to say that if Bethesda takes anything away from current gaming, like trends or whatever you want, like whatever the fuck you want to call it, if they fucking make the next Fallout a Go game, we're never gonna see Deanne again. She will quit her job. She will travel the U.S. Like that is what she's gonna do.
Think about it, they came out with like a big lore book just detailing everything across the entire United States.
I wish they would.
Stuck in that.
Imagine
I would never come out.
Like Pokemon Go, but when you hold your phone up, it overlays everything that you see in front of you with what you would actually see in Fallout.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like you get to discover what would happen in your region if like it happened and actually see it through your phone.
And you get like weapons and stuff, and you can find death claws and oh my god, yeah! Don't see me again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
FedEx will just be like, "Where'd Deanne go?" And we'll be like, "I don't know. She said something about a vault and left."
By the time she realizes that the game's over, she'll be 80 years old.
Yeah, right.
Where did your life go?
Like, Eddie, where's Michelle? She's in the home. We had to put her in there. Who? Zach.
By the way, since you like lore so much and canon and stuff like that, Star Wars is actually having a new book coming out detailing all the new canon from everything. So look forward to that, Deanne.
But I was going to go somewhere else with that. Oh, if I don't know if they do. I was trying to look it up and I didn't. But even if consoles, and I know PC have it, but like the ability to triangulate your location and actually like I don't want to say like a GPS tracker, but like where you turn your Xbox or your PlayStation 4, and every time that you start at your home base, which would be your house. You could like actually travel like where you're actually at, but in game. So the map would be formulated kind of like how Google Maps is, but you would explore it as your own city. So instead of playing as like, oh, here you're in Los Angeles, even though you're like podunk funky Kansas or whatever, and you could actually like play Fallout and explore your own city just with Fallout stuff. And you could do it like the game would be universal. It would just, you could travel on foot and you could like stay at other locations. Like you could walk on foot from here to wherever, fast travel and all that fun stuff like you already do. But you would actually meet other players, like make an MMO. I think that would be...
You're giving away Bethesda's next idea. Hush. We're going to get sued.
Right.
Can we travel to bumfuck Egypt?
I mean, maybe you could swim across the Atlantic.
Damn, homie.
Wouldn't I mutate from the radiation?
Have you seen your face? You already have.
Dude, at least I still have a penis. Unlike the...
You're just mad
Piggy,
because my species has transcended penises.
What does that even mean? Dick fingers.
But seriously, hold on. honestly, what would you do if you were stuck in a vault? Like, how would you honestly react? No, I'm not saying in Vault 69, don't put your mind there.
Too late.
I'd be trying to get out.
I'd be trying. Never mind.
Of a vault
pull out or get out?
Just Vault 69.
Well, like, let's say, for all intents and purposes, because this is the latest game for Fallout 4. Let's say you were cryogenically frozen for 210 years.
Gotcha.
You come out, you see the world before you, what do?
Get a gun as fast as fucking humanly possible.
I'm probably on the same boat with him. I'd try to arm myself quickly.
I'd go back in.
So Michelle's like, fuck this, bring me back to the world's fixed.
I'd open the door and be like, nope.
I mean, but fair enough. Like, vaults are by far the most secure places to be. That's what I'd do. I would arm myself. Like, my base isn't going to be in Sanctuary. Fuck those people. My base is about to be in the vault.
Yeah, just hope it's not one of the ones where, like, they put diseases in you or do other crazy fucked up shit where you'll never make it out of the vault to see the new world.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean...
A lot of those vaults, a lot of people didn't live too long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even so, some of the control vaults still haven't even been opened.
Yeah, very true.
I guess it would also depend on the people that I was stuck in the vault with. Like, if I liked them and they were chill, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's just hang out in here forever. And then if I didn't like them, then yeah, I'm gonna go find something. Bring home a death claw, whatever.
Bring home a death claw. I'd like to see you try it.
Mom, Dad, this is my boyfriend.
Ooh, interspecies mutated radiated sexual.
Shut up. That's probably gonna be the next anime you recommend. Shut your mouth. You're not allowed.
No, I don't know. I don't know, man. You and that lolicon.
Really? Yeah. Lolly succubus.
And here comes the mute button. Here comes the edit. Here comes the editing. Pedophilia. Where the fuck did you get that from?
Lolly, succubus. All I'm saying. Anyway, how?
And you're raving mad over.
Oh crap! Guys, I gotta put myself on mute. Hold on.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna go to the next topic.
Mother of God. Oh, by the way, plot twist. Vault-tec is Umbrella. Moving on.